Greetings, everybody. How are you? I hope you are well and happy and ready to discuss the Dhamma teaching of the Lord Buddha. If you have any questions, please send them in one at a time. Please be precise and brief and not too long. Can you hear me all right? Please let me know. If this is your first time to join us, please let me know where you come from also. We will have about 1 hour to discuss the Dhamma of the Buddha. So I shall go ahead by reading your comment. First one from Tony Yip. Sadhu, sadhu. From Patsy Chung, sadhu, sadhu. Fat Choi Chong, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. Ayi Namaskara, Ajahn. Thank you. Kenneth Hunt, good morning, Ajahn. Always clear. Thank you, Ken. Hope you're well. Jack Ling Tan, greetings, Ajahn. You are clear. Great to see you again. How is your day today? From Sue Kelly, good Saturday evening from San Jose. Ajahn, sound is good. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Karen. Hope you are well and happy. Ayi, sound is okay. Ryan Honda, dear Ajahn, one, does adding cooking wine into the food without our knowledge consider breaking the precepts? No. If you didn't know and you didn't intend to put it in, then it's okay. It can only be wrong when you have the intention to put it in and to eat it. If you have nothing to do with that, then it is not wrong on your part. 2, can we use cooking wine as an ingredient? Thank you. You shouldn't. If you either cook yourself, then you should avoid any type of alcohol. Patsy Chung, you are loud and clear, Ajahn. Greetings from Johor Bahru, Malaysia. Thank you, Patsy. Chonpu MTR, sadhu, sadhu. Terence T.H. Lee. Hi, Ajahn. Greetings from Singapore. Thank you for your time in sharing the Dhamma. You're welcome. As you can see, today I'm a little bit later than normal. Started about 11:50. I might be a little bit later next time also, so please bear with me. Irene Uy. Good afternoon, Ajahn, and everyone in the Dhamma. May all be well, happy, and safe. Sadhu, sadhu. Ayi, Ajahn, when a Buddhist marries a Christian, is it bad karma to marry and be blessed in church? Not necessarily. Marriage is considered normal for lay people. But if you want to tread the path of enlightenment, marriage can be an obstacle to your path. Because you won't have time to go and practice. You will have to attend to your spouse. Walai Pon Virun, Gram Namaskar Ajahn. May Ajahn be healthy and have long life. Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you. Jack Ling Tan, great to see you too. Ajahn, we are doing well. Your latest Dhamma book, Beyond Birth, is absolutely beyond brilliant, Ajahn. It has benefited me tremendously. Thank you for this beautiful book. If any one of you would like to read this book, you can download it from my website, suchart.com. or from Facebook page, but you have to search for the book Beyond Birth. Saying greetings, Ajahn, and everyone. Metta from Singapore. Nabiti Namaskara Medan, Indonesia. Bilim Satu Satu, thank you for your Dhamma. You're welcome. Kenneth Tan Kibok, greetings, Ajahn. May you be well and happy. Patty from Suwon, good morning. With my respect, Tan Ajahn, greeting from Bangkok. Thank you for your teaching. You're welcome. Karina Kaur, good afternoon, Tan Ajahn. Greetings from Malaysia. Satu Satu. Asing Prajan, for the benefit of everyone, please explain what does a Sotapanna need to do to continue on the path. Well, after you have attained to Sotapanna, then you have to move up to the next level, which is the Sakidagami. In order to do this, you have to start contemplating on Asubha, on the unwholesomeness of the body, to get rid of your sexual desire. If you can eliminate half of your sexual desire, then you will have reached the second level of enlightenment, called Sakidagami. But if you want to go further and higher, then you have to eliminate all of your sexual desire by constantly contemplating on Asubha. That every time you see a body, you see Asubha right away. Then there will be no sexual desire arising. Then you can get rid of your sexual desire permanently. Then you will then have achieved the third level of enlightenment. You become an anagami. And then you have to move up higher to reach the highest level of enlightenment, which being an arahant, you need to get rid of 5 more fetters. The 5 higher fetters. You have to look it up in the text. I cannot remember them all right now. Then you will eventually finish your work. You have reached the destination. You have reached the end of the path. So no need to do any more practice once you have become fully enlightened. Next, Tony Yip, dear Tan Ajahn, I've been watching your every Sunday Pindabada online, live Anumodana. Satu. Anak, Satu. Te Ting Lun. Why a lot of monks teach Vipassana nowadays instead of Anapanasati? I don't know. They should teach everything really. They should teach Sila, Samadhi, and Panya or Vipassana, because everybody needs to have this before they can become enlightened. Beyond meditation, ebook Suchart.com. This is the link to the book that Jack Linton mentioned earlier on, called Beyond Birth. You can download the PDF file or the ebook version. Anilam Satu Pasana Chunasevi. Good morning, Prajan. I also read Beyond Birth already and make a clear runway for me. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Savante Satu Satu. Ayi, some time ago, I want to ask about how I felt when I first met Tan Ajahn on December 23rd, 2019. Why at that time it felt like a dream come true, and I couldn't even say anything, and I just amazed. Tan Ajahn explained that I felt that way because It was like meeting an idol. My question is, my feeling not an obstacle, because during this pandemic I have never been to Thailand again, and meeting Ajahn at that time seemed to encourage me to keep practicing even though the mood was up and down, but I tried to keep practicing. And sometimes there is a longing to go back to Thailand, but I try to suppress that desire because the current situation doesn't allow it. In fact, sometimes for no reason, suddenly I cry when I think of going to Thailand. Is this feeling really bad for me? If it causes you sorrow or suffering, then this is bad for you. You have to restrain it. You should use rationality by thinking of the word of the Buddha who said that one who sees the Dhamma sees the Buddha. One who wants to see the Buddha, all he or she needs to do is to see the Dhamma. And in order to see the Dhamma, he or she has to continue on practicing until he or she becomes enlightened. So you can use this to suppress your desire to go meet the person, because you don't really need to meet the person. What you want to meet is the teaching that person presented to you. So you should study the teaching and practice the teaching, and then it will make you become happy when you have achieved the result in your practice. Because merely seeing someone and have a good feeling wouldn't really help you that much. When you're away from that person, you can become saddened again. So this is not the way. The way is to study the teaching of the Buddha presented by that person. And then when you follow the teaching, you will become enlightened, and then you will become happy, and you will see that person all the time in your heart. Adi Aha, Satu, Satu, Satu. CK Sai, good morning, Ajahn. Thank you very much for your teaching. I noticed that Ajahn keeps up with the recent news. I am always late with news. I'm sorry I lost your message. Somehow your message has been erased. So I have to go to Terence T.H. Lee. Hi, Ajahn. After every meditation session, is it necessary and important to do a dedication of merit? No, not really, because this type of merit you cannot dedicate anyway. It's for your own personal use. You can dedicate the merit that you gain from giving dana, but you don't dedicate merit from your meditation practice. It's for your own personal use. Nuch TW, good afternoon from Nuch, Melbourne. Good afternoon to you. Shelly Stino, Satu. Visakali, Namo Buddhaya Ajahn. I'm from Malaysia. According to Vinaya, I would like to ask, is it proper to insure monk for medical purpose? Sadhu. There's no rules that prevent you from doing it. You can consider it as a form of dana if you like. Joanne Lim Chui Ian, good morning Ajahn. Good morning to you. Gek Yen So, greetings to Ajahn. May Ajahn be well, healthy, and continue turning the Dhamma wheel. You're welcome. Dui Han, hello Ajahn. I often cry when listening to Dhamma talks, and when I chant, how to direct it to jhanas. Thank you very much for your teaching. You just have to ignore and keep concentrating on your meditation object or your chanting. Don't let the emotion overwhelm you. Just keep focusing on your listening to the Dhamma talk or when chanting, then your emotion will be removed. Don't pay any attention to it. Just keep on listening to Dhamma talk or keep on chanting. Asking, understand and grateful for clear explanation, Prajan. Sexual desire has naturally decreased to very small, and I'm still exploring. Please send metta to Dhamma-san. Tony, dear Thanajan, for Sada Kami Sutta did mention it greedy, hatred, and illusion have been cut down to a certain extent. How it means? Can Ajahn elaborate more details? Thank you, Thanajan. It means you have diminished it about half, but you still haven't yet completely eliminated it all. You have reduced the amount of sexual desire by your contemplation of the Asubha. Before you contemplate on the Asubha, your sexual desire will be 100%. But once you start to do a super contemplation, then your sexual desire will gradually reduce to about 50%. Then at this level, it's considered to be an Sagadigami. And act, is it only human and animal beings have physical bodies, and the rest are spiritual beings, like a dreamlike state with forms? Yes. Estelle Kingshot, thank you for teaching Dhamma from Selby, Australia. Please have long life. Thank you. Diu Mok Kwan, hello Ajahn. What are the benefits of chanting Buddha Guna? Thank you. It's a form of developing mindfulness, because when you keep on chanting, you stop thinking about other things. So this is a way of developing mindfulness, of calming your mind to a more manageable level. Once your mind becomes calm enough to concentrate on your breath, then you should start watching your breath. Close your eyes, and you will be meditating to enter into jhana. C.K. Sai, good morning, Thanajan. Thank you very much for your teaching. Listening to your teaching is very beneficial and can be relieving at the same time. Your answers to followers is straightforward with such wise similes. It made me laugh. Some kind of relief from very stressful life conditions. This is one of the benefits you gain from listening to Dhamma talk. It will help you release some of your stress. It will calm your mind down. CKSI, I noticed that Thanajan keeps up with the recent news. I am always late with news because I think that instead of spending time watching endless news, I should better meditate or reading Dhamma books. It's because you are an Arahant. That's why you can keep up yourself with recent news, but not let your mind be defiled with kilesa. In spite of that, during your intense training with Bangta Mahabur, you did not keep yourself updated with news, but more restraining the six sense doors. I do not quite understand about this issue, and I think that is my problem in earning more income. I have very bad problem with financial condition because of unexpected expense on my father's illness and my illness. Do you think that I should keep myself updated with most recent news in order that I can earn more income to support my father and myself? Now I have negative balance each month because using up my saving which I had earned before when my physical health was still okay. keeping up with the news doesn't really make you richer or poorer, really. So if you find that it's distracting you from the time you spend on earning more money, then you shouldn't follow the news. You don't have to keep up with the news. You should concentrate more on making money, especially when you are in the red, when your balance sheet is in the negative. Then you should somehow balance your balance sheet, either by lower your expense or raise your income. You should try to lower your expense by cutting down on those things that you don't really need to have. Then you will be able to manage your financial situation properly. Following the news or not, I don't think it makes any difference to your balance sheet. So if you want to spend more time on working how to earn more money, on how to reduce your expense, then I think that should be better time spent on. I.e. Sadhu, thank you Ajahn for the explanation. Made me calmer. Namaskara. You're welcome. Ong eng eng. Sadhu, sadhu. Te ting lun. Sometimes I feel hesitant to do things like chores and meditation, often due to laziness and no motivation. How can I overcome this? One way is to study the teaching of the Buddha, reading Dhamma books or listening to Dhamma talks. This can inspire you to do more practice. The other way is to have to set up your schedule and try to keep up with your schedule. Now you have to set up a time for meditation. When you get to that time, then you have to do it as a matter of routine. When you keep doing it at the same time, then you'll find it easier to do each time. C.G. Lim, so happy to see Ajahn in good health, to be able to teach us the Dhamma once again. Mahasatu to Ajahn. Recently, I was waiting for a Dhamma talk to commence, and then Ajahn appeared and started to light up a cigarette. First, may I ask if smoking is not allowed in the Vinaya? Rules? No, smoking is not prohibited for monks. You can smoke. It isn't considered to be causing any lack of mindfulness. So it's not prohibited. Monks can smoke cigarettes if you wanted to. Also, I started to have the feelings of disappointment and aversion rising in my mind. So to avoid further unwholesome thoughts, I decided to leave the Zoom meeting. Was my action truly unwholesome and bears a negative karma? Please share your thought on this incident. Thank you very much, Ajahn. Well, if you join my Zoom meeting, you will see me that I did not smoke any cigarette. I haven't smoked cigarette for a long time. Ever since I became a monk, long before I became a monk. I used to smoke a little bit when I was in college, but not anymore. And so I'm not sure who you are referring to in the Zoom meeting. Maybe there's another teacher doing this. But if you feel that is not acceptable to you, then you can just leave the meeting. Saying Prajan, is it necessary to stay in Samadhi for 2 to 3 hours for progress on the path? Metta. If you can stay in Samadhi, you would like to stay in Samadhi because the state of Samadhi is a very happy one, and you want to stay there as long as possible. So if you can stay in there for 2 or 3 hours, then you should stay, because this is the best way of having happiness, better than watching 2 or 3 hours of movies. Kwan Li Man, dear Ajahn, with respect, in practicing insight when the mind is calm and contented, can I just do nothing and be at peace of mind? Yes, I chant Bhutto to keep mindfulness. Yes, you don't need to do any contemplation when your mind is calm. You have to wait until your mind come out of samadhi before you can practice insight. Check link time. Dearท่านอาจารย์ someone asked me what is the difference between my way and beyond birth. I have an idea, but I think it's better to consult with you. Well, beyond birth is just an extended version of my way. My way was the first autobiography, but then there are more details to be added in. So we have a second version called Beyond Birth, which is my way version 2.0. So it's the same, pretty much the same book, except that there are more details, more information that was left out in the first book. So you can read either book, it's okay. If you have read My Way and you feel you're happy with that, you don't need to read Beyond Birth. But if you're just curious what is being added, then you should read Beyond Birth. Sento Fiandi, Sati Hotu Namo Buddhaya Tanajan. Thank you. Celestino, the topic of recollection. Furthermore, American focus. This is something Celestino wants to share, okay? If anybody wants to read the sutta, just click on it. Okay, we are running out of question and comment. So if anybody wants to ask any question, you can send them in now. Last night I had an interview by Zoom with 2 monks from Wat Yannasangwararam, the monastery of Ajahn in Rayong. They are now developing a monastery in Seattle. So I hope I can get the file from them and then post it on Facebook and YouTube for you to see. Last night they asked me a lot of questions that you might have not heard before. So I hope I can get the link to the file, which they normally post on their YouTube page called something Clear Dhamma, Clear Mountain Dhamma. This is the name of the monastery in Seattle, and also the name of the YouTube channel. Just in case you have time, you can search for this Clear Mountain Dhamma on YouTube. Maybe it's already posted there, I'm not sure. It's last night. We had about 1 hour and 15 minutes interview. Okay, here's more comment now. Kwan Li Man, dear Ajahn, sorry, I mean when the mind is at peace, not during sitting. But in Vipassana, can I be at the peace of mind and do nothing? Then do insight again after that. Yes, when your mind is at peace, you don't need to do anything. That's really the purpose of doing meditation, either samatha or vipassana, is to bring your mind to peace. Once your mind becomes peaceful and calm, then you don't have to do anything. Ying Yuan, Satu Satu, Kanok Wan, Namasakan Ajahn, Check Link Tan. For me, personally, reading both My Way and Beyond Birth is so very beneficial. I would definitely recommend reading both. Sue Kelly, Tan Ajahn, may I ask what is done with all of the extra food and things collected during alms round? We have people waiting at the end of the alms round to collect some of the food that we share with them. See, we give to the poor people who are waiting once we finish our alms round. If you look in one of the photo, you'll see people forming line to receive food that we collect on alms round. And whatever more we have left, we take it back to the monastery and then we share with people there also. Monks are not allowed to keep food, so we don't keep any food. We share everything that we have collected. Shirley Ko, Satu Satu Ajahn. I Nilam, Hi Prajan, is it correct to see everyone as skeleton? It is the truth, isn't it? Seeing the truth doesn't hurt you. It can eliminate your sexual desire. When you see the person that you have sexual desire, the skeleton, then you might lose that sexual desire right away. That's the purpose of seeing skeletons in the body of people, so that you can then lessen or eliminate your sexual desire for that person. Te Ting Loon, I appreciate your help and effort in bringing the true teaching of the Buddha come to life. Thank you, Bante. You're welcome. C.K. Sai, I have been taking care of very sick, bedridden father who need lifetime ventilator support and eat via tube feed to stomach for many years. After listening to your teaching repeatedly together with continuous practice of mindfulness and meditation, I feel that mental stress is much lessened, especially when this condition worsened, especially when he was shocked and unconscious. I repeatedly tell myself that fruit of his karma. Is it considered as me being selfish not to have sympathy to father's pain? Be stressful, depressed, or cry when see father is in very sick condition? No, you are being truthful. You are accepting the truth. And it doesn't do you any good to be depressed or stressful anyway. It won't change anything. You would only hurting yourself unnecessarily. So yes, it's okay not to have any stress when you see somebody else suffer, because there's nothing you can do about it anyway. So you should just be calm and be knowing. That's all you need to do. But you should try to help as much as you can. So not being stressful doesn't mean you're not helping. You help all you can help. And once you could not do anything anymore, then you just have to just barely accept the fact, really accept the fact that this is the way it is with people. Sooner or later, they'll come to the point where there's nothing that can help them anymore. Or is it because of me exerting the strenuous effort in practicing mindfulness and meditation continuously that yield the result in the equanimity of the mind. Yes, that's the result of practicing. You want to get into equanimity so you can be protected from any type of stress or depression. I never neglect my father, but it's burdensome work which requires responsibility and financial support in order to help him live well. My sincere apology for long message. It's okay, and it's okay to look after your father because he looked after you before when you were young. Now is the time for you to pay back. So don't neglect this responsibility. It's your responsibility to help him as much as you can, like the way he did for you. กนกวัน Rachel Ajahn, is it true? If we know Bali, it will make us more understanding of the Buddha teaching. Well, I think the translation is probably just as good. If you don't know Bali, it doesn't mean that you will not be able to appreciate the Buddha's teaching. Sometimes even the translation might be easier than the original Pali. So it depends which one you like or are able to read. If you can read Pali, that's good. If you can read the translation, that's also good. I think they're about the same, not much different. Sue Kelly, oh Karen, that's really wonderful, sharing everything from arms around. I haven't been to one anywhere yet. I thank you for the explanation of what happened. You're welcome. Punnami Tan, good morning, Bhante. Each time I listen to your Dhamma talks, I feel more at peace. Is it because I am lack of wisdom and sense of direction? Yes, that's why we have to study the Dhamma teaching or listen to Dhamma talk in order to get a sense of direction, in order to get the knowledge that will help calm our mind and make us happy. Karuna, hello, okay. Adeline Chin, good afternoon, Tanajan. Neil Vimalos, love with heart. Karuna, Namaskar, Sukhihotu, Namo Buddhaya. Wish Tanajan good in everything. Thank you. Ryan Honda, dear Ajahn, I am still attaching or holding the body for Dhamma practicing and try to be mindful, although it is body aging now. Yes, you need to have the body to practice the Dhamma teaching. So you have to look after your body well. Keep it alive for as long as possible, so that you can use it to study the Dhamma teaching and to practice the teaching. Adeline Chin, I have a question. Can you keep the 8 precepts without able to practice meditation? Yes, the 8 precepts and meditation are 2 separate practices. But if you keep the 8 precepts, it will help you practice meditation easier because you will have more time to meditate. If you don't keep the 8 precepts, then you'll find you won't have much time for meditation because you can still go and watch TV and go out to places, to entertainment venues. But if you keep the 8 precepts, then you are not allowed to go to any type of entertainment venues like bars or pubs or restaurants, except for eating, but not for entertainment. So you're not allowed to have any entertainment when you keep the 8 precepts. Then you would have the time to do the meditation practice. Kahung Satu Satu. Kwang Getmani Satu. Normally, if you want to meditate more successfully, you need to keep the 8 precepts because the 8 precepts will support your meditation practice. by preventing you to go to do other activities like sensual pleasure activities. So then you will have time to do more meditation practice. That's the purpose of keeping the 8 precepts, to support your meditation practice. But if you're not meditating and you still want to keep the 8 precepts, that is also good, because it will train you not to go look for sensual pleasures activities. So when you want to meditate, you can do it right away, because you will have the time. Priyaku Patimok Govid Satu Rigzin Mudok T nice. Okay. Yeah, your name is quite hard to read for me. Rigzin Mudap, I think. Ti nice. Okay. Acha Suntan Pitak Satu. Looks like today we don't have a lot of questions, just a lot of greetings and comment, which is fine with me. It's all right. You still have about 20 minutes left to ask any question that you would like to ask. Roy K. Bundy. Good morning, here Ajahn from Kenya. Welcome from Africa. First person from Kenya, Africa in a long time. May I know, does mantra protect one from Mara, especially in meditation or strange experiences? Yes, a mantra can prevent Mara from causing you any harm. Mara is really the personification of evil or evil thought. There's no actual Mara as a person, but it's a personification of evil thoughts. If you use mantra, then you can stop this evil thought from arising and hurting your mind. Anuma Gelbua. Hi Eng Yu, how do we balance our spiritual development and world life as a married man with a family to support? Well, first you have to support your family. Then when you have the time left, then you can use that for your spiritual development. But first you have to do your duty as a married person. You have to look after your family. And if you have any spare time, then you use that spare time for your spiritual development, rather than spending it on entertainment or any other purpose. You should use your spare time for the development of spiritual development. Punyami Tan, Pante, I really do not know if the problem lies with me or others. My landlords and employers terminated my contract, and I do not even know what I have done wrong. Other people will start to guess if it is due to my wrong approach to what has happened to me, or just because other people just try to find fault with me. I am a soft-hearted person, and always others take advantage of my weakness. Well, sometimes you don't really have to know why. You just have to know what happened, that's all. If you are terminated, you are terminated. It doesn't matter what the reason is, really. If you are terminated from this job, then you go look for a new job, that's all. If they don't tell you the reason why, then there's no need to know why. Just know that things happen, and then what you should do next with your life. C.G. Lim, thank you very much, Ajahn, for your answer. Wishing Ajahn good health, peace, and much happiness. Sadhu, sadhu. Punyamitan, please advise. Thanks, Bhante. Like I say, I just advise you. You don't have to know why you are terminated from your job. You just accept the fact and then move on. If people want to take advantage of you, there's nothing you can stop them. You just have to learn to evade them or prevent them from hurting you, that's all. If you cannot, then you just have to accept it's your fate, your karma. Rick then moved up. Who is Lama and where he is living? I don't know, you have to search in the internet. Lama is a Tibetan monk or teacher. Adeline Chin, thank you for your explanation, Ajahn. You're welcome. Asking Prajan, when death comes, how should a Dhamma son handle it? I ask this not because I am afraid of death. You just handle it calmly by merely knowing. Just watch your breath, the Buddha said. Just watch the breath. When the breath comes in and it doesn't go out, it means death happens. Or if you breathe out and you don't breathe in, then that's death happens. Just merely watch and merely know. When death just come and happen, you don't have to react or do anything. Just remain calm and peaceful, and your mind will not be hurt. Shelley Stino, Buddha talked to develop the higher mind. Your comments about it and how, please, Ajahn. Higher mind comes through the practice of sila, samadhi, and panya. So you have to practice keeping the precept, starting with the 5 precepts to the 8 precepts, or then become a monk or become a nun, and then practice samadhi by developing mindfulness. Once you have samadhi or jhana, then you develop wisdom by contemplating on the 4 noble truths and the 3 characteristics of existence. Then you will bring the mind to the highest level. Tony Yip, dear Tanajan, good afternoon. Can a monk receive money or money inside a packet? Thank you. Good afternoon. Can a monk receive money? Monk can receive money but cannot keep it. He has to have someone to keep it for him, and he cannot spend it directly by himself. He needs someone to do it for him. For instance, if I need something, then I will have to have the person that I keep the money with to go buy the things for me. I'm not allowed to use money, but I can accept money and keep it with someone I can trust. And when I need to buy something or need something, I have to ask that someone to buy the things for me. I cannot do it by myself. Punnamitan Pante. How do I stop myself from weakness? Thanks. By using mindfulness. Keep reciting a mantra when you feel weak. Just keep reciting mantra, Bhutto, 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 until your mind becomes calm and you feel much stronger. Kwan Li Man, dear Ajahn, when we contemplate on the 4 foundations of mindfulness, do we need to be skillful in mindfulness of body? Then move to contemplate on feeling, or we contemplate 4 together. You have to do one at a time. First you have to develop mindfulness in order to be able to meditate, to enter into jhana, by using mindfulness of breathing. Once you have attained to jhana, when you come out of jhana, then you contemplate the nature of the body first, until you're able to release your attachment to your body. Then you contemplate on the nature of feelings, until you can let go of your attachment to feelings. Then you go contemplate on the nature of the mind, and until you can let go of your attachment to the mind objects, such as emotions. You do them one at a time. You don't do them all at the same time. Himlata, how to develop patience by being mindful. When you have mindfulness, you can be patient. So keep reciting the mantra when you feel impatient. Keep reciting Bhutto, 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 Bhutto. Then your mind will become patient. Saying, understand, Ajahn, you have been a great support and guide to Dhamma San practice, grateful to Dhamma. You're welcome. Hi Eng, before Buddha gained enlightenment, Mara attacked him with his armies. This show Mara exists, or was it in Buddha's mind only? In the Buddha's mind, they come in forms of thoughts and images. As before, Ajahn said Mara is a personification of evil in our mind. When we think of bad thing, evil thing, this is Mara. And we can stop them by using mindfulness, such as a mantra. We can use the vipassana, treating it as just a natural phenomenon that comes and goes, and something that you cannot control. So you just have to leave them alone. Just be mindful and just let it come and let it go. You don't need to react to them. Beng Chu, Satu. Sapriu Chai, Namaskara to Ajahn. Hello to you. J.W. Lee, good morning, Tanajan. May you always be well and peaceful. I listened to your teaching about meditation, just paying attention in giving dana during intensive practice, which you do not encourage. I need to cook food for myself because I have bad problem with my food allergy. Cooking my own meal prevents my illness to worsen, even though it's quite burdensome work for my new body. Anyhow, I think that it should be okay for me to also offer to Venerable at the same time, because I need to cook for myself anyway. I just cook for 2 servings instead of 1. Another serving is for offering to Venerable. Please kindly correct me if I'm wrong. No, you are right. Since you have to do the cooking already, making an extra offering will not take too much time. The point is not to lose the time for your practice and to do something that you don't really need to do. If you have to cook for your own food for yourself, then you have to cook. So, and if you want to cook an extra portion for someone else, you can also do that. But don't lose too much time, because time much better spent by meditation than cooking. What's the difference between monks spending time going for alms round and me spending time in necessity to cook for myself and also offer to Venerable? Nothing. It's the same. When I say doing something else, I mean going to give dana, going away from your place, going to another temple to give dana, something like that, which is something you should not be encouraged to do. But if it's something that you really have to do for yourself and you want to share what you have, then that's okay, because that's what we monks do every morning. We go on collecting alms round and we share the food, the extra food that we have, to other people also. I think it's a different type of dana I was talking about. If this is something that you do like a monk doing, then it is okay. I am now living by myself away from home in order to practice better. Thank you very much, Tanajan. You're welcome. Eddie Gan, Satu Satu. Thanks, Ajahn, for sharing your wisdom with us. You're welcome. Aseng, hope you Hope to visit your monastery when COVID is over, to thank you for giving so selflessly and to get inspiration for the final goal. Please send metta. You can say your thanks right here and now. You don't need to come and see me. It's the same thing, and then you won't have to waste your time traveling to see me and going back home again. So you can say your thanks right here and then you don't have to come here personally. It's better to spend your time doing the practice than just to travel to Thailand just to say thank you. Te Ting Loon, can Sotapanna have worldly hobbies, or they don't find that appeal of worldly desire anymore? They still have desire for some sensual pleasure type of hobbies, because they haven't yet got rid of the desire, the sensual desire for sensual pleasure. So they can have hobbies like playing mahjong or something like that, or raise orchids, or collect stamps, whatever. This is considered to be sensual pleasures. But as soon as they see the temporariness of this pleasure, then they will stop doing it and try to concentrate more on something more permanent, which is the pleasure of letting go. Again, Ajahn, may I know what is the difference between Sabbe Sankhara and Sabbe Dhamma? Well, see, Dhamma and Sankhara. Dhamma means everything, while Sankhara means conditioned things. Dhamma means conditioned and unconditioned things. Dhamma includes everything. Thing that is sankhara and non-sankhara is Dhamma. Like our body is considered to be sankhara. It's a combination of the four elements. While the four elements themselves, when they are separated, when they exist alone, they are considered to be non-sankhara. So they are not called sankhara. We don't call the four elements sankhara. We call the four elements as Dhamma. So it means Dhamma includes the sankhara and non-sankhara. While sankhara just means conditioned things that are fabricated by the four elements. Ten Siu Hong, Satu Satu. Payao, Satu Satu. Okay, looks like we have come to the end of the comment that you sent in for today, and it's almost up. And the time is almost up. We only have about 1 minute left, so I think this is a good time for me to say goodbye to all of you, and wish you peace and happiness. And I hope that our meeting today is beneficial to you and help you advance in your practice. Please stay safe, stay mindful, and keep on practicing the Dhamma. And if all goes well, I'll see you again next Sunday. Thank you and goodbye.